And here come the 5 red lights on attempt number 3 for the Austrian Grand Prix. And it's go! Grandpa off the line, better than before, but not well enough to clear Hunted entirely. Hunted wants to have a go back at it. Side by side for 4th. Side by side further on back. Zakaria trying to gain places at the back of the grid. And now Hunted turns on the battery, but does he go for the lead? Not just yet. Here comes Bonkers and JTK. Now side by side for the lead. Hunted trying it around the outside. Ardell's in there in the mix as well, but it's Hunted staying behind. And now to turn 4. Does he go for it? Around the outside. 3 wide for a moment. Hunted had the door shut, and Ardell takes advantage for 2nd place in this race. Further on back, it's Mintoki and Dom trying to duke it out. And everybody else single file all the way till Mythic. And now Invade is trying to go for it on Redfire Tiger at the 2nd to last corner. And he does go for it. He took advantage of Redfire's mistake. And that's an unusual place to make the overtake, but he just did it. Congrats to Invade, making a good move. Bonkers now on Zatsy takes over 5th place. Now for the lead. Ardell's going for it. Down the inside. Side by side at turn 3. They almost make contact. Grandpa gets shoved under the curb, but Ardell is not going to give this one up. Here he goes to the race lead. Further on back, we've got continuous battling. It's Wavy Knife in on the mix. He's duking it out with Tadpole. Now he goes for a dummy down the inside. Side by side. He can't make the move. Remember, the concertina effect here at turn 3 is absolutely massive, so you have to be careful when following your competitors. But Grandpa will no longer follow behind Ardell. He pulls out to take the lead of the race around the outside. We see any moves here around the outside. Tadpole had to look, Redfire had to look, and Tadpole got a punt from Wavy. That was due to the stack up there, and now he's having to defend off Zakaria. Side by side down the straight, and now he's gonna go for a Wavy 2 down the inside. They do lock wheels, and sliding out of the corner is Tadpole. He can't get the move on Wavy. And Ardell wants to retake back the top spot. The question is, will he do it? Yes, he will. Down the inside. And Grandpa gets shoved to the curb. Hunted can take advantage now too. Grandpa, though, does not have DRS. Hunted does. Ardell does. How does that play into a factor as he races down to turn 4? It doesn't mean anything. Everyone's still single file, while Mintoki is picking up the pieces on Invade. She's through. Bonkers is in this race just as much as those guys are. Spinner, Zatsy around, and he is dropping tons of places. That is at the first corner of Sector 3. So Wavy Knife calls it quits, and he's the first retirement of this race, and it's the first retirement in this game cycle in Tier 2 from Aston Martin at this track. Now, for the race lead, it's ramping up. Here's Ardell on Grandpa, going for it, pulling out inside line. He'll retake the top spot for now, but he tactically did that because he's going to get the DRS instead of Grandpa. He timed that perfect, and now Hunted can get Grandpa. But he doesn't use any battery to do so. I think Grandpa was just using some of the battery for just a split second to stay ahead. And now, Zatsy's another retirement from this race. Here's Valk and JTK racing it out. Matthew Wrightson is now a retirement. That, though, I think is on track. That is not in the pit lane. Grandpa is the one chasing after Ardell, and he is going to go for it too. But does he do it tactically? Yes, he does. He'll be the one to get the DRS this time. He realized what Ardell did, and now he's squeezing. Now, Grandpa is the one chasing after Ardell, and he is going to go for it too. But does he do it tactically? Yes, he does. He'll be the one to get the DRS this time. He realized what Ardell did, and now he's squeezing him for the top spot. Side by side, still once again, and now he's turning on the jets to keep the race lead, and he will. And now Tadpole is on the move. This is the first place outside the points. Keep in mind, if anything happens in front of that, it can become the last point spot. Side by side, that was a big slide from Tadpole, but he remains ahead. But not for now. He went off, and Invade took advantage. And now side by side, Zakaria. Whoa, big dive. And he'll take that spot too. Grandpa with the overspeed. Slingshots past. And behind that, here comes Hunted. They're 3 wide. And Bonkers and Hunted almost tapped into the back of Grandpa. They were so close to contact. And Bonkers just out of control there after the contact with Hunted. Valk and JTK squawking it about now. Hunted, does he go for a late lunge? No, he doesn't. The 5 cars for the race lead, just under a second right now. Grandpa's in, Ardell's in. Oh, Grandpa wide though in the pit lane. And Ardell just barely got under the speed. And now, this is an interesting one because this puts Invade right there in the thick of things. Oh! Ardell just swiped him, I think on accident. Oh my God. 2x2 to turn 2. Zakaria getting past. Tadpole getting past. And 3 wide. Tadpole went off to try to avoid Ardell and Zakaria messing about. Ardell is through. But now, there's no one in between Ardell and Grandpa. And Hunted through on J&T. They were swapping spots. Here's Bonkers as well. 3 abreast to turn 4. Hunted left out to dry there for a moment with no DRS. These guys got to be careful messing about and not working against each other because they have a chance to catch up to Ardell. Here is Valk and Dom. Elbows out once again. Valk going through. This is a nice ding-dong battle here for P7 now. Bonkers in front with that penalty he has. Now Hunted using the battery. And here he goes on the inside line. He'll take that spot for now. He does. He's ahead of Bonkers up into P3, making the overtake. And now he has to chase after Ardell. Hunted's not done though. Hunted's trying to blast past, and he will blast past for now. Further on back, they change spots, and Hunted cut him off, and he gave him a penalty from it for exceeding track limits. That was dangerous in the braking zone from Hunted. Valk has Mintoki for company, and here comes Mintoki. What can Mintoki do? Here she goes on the inside. Now, because she didn't go for it, JTK went for it on the outside and got the place on the Academy teammate car. That is very unorthodox, but fair play. And now does he go for it late in the brakes on Hunter? Valk, contact! Invade and Mythic. Turn 3. These guys have been back and forth. They're loving it. Oh, and Mythic. Mythic gave the squeeze, but Invade wanted to go for it still. And Invade has the inside line, but Mythic wanted to pinch him even further down. This is nice racing for last place on track. Woohoo! Wow. That got hairy. Invader on the outside goes ahead. Oh God, here we go again. Invade and Mythic. How many times is this? Around the outside. Once again for Invade while Mythic protects the inside line. And this is just close quarter racing. This is all out. This is elbows out. This is the kind of RPL racing you want to see. A little bit of contact, not a lot, but fair and right on the limit. I think the last time back-to-back races were won in Tier 2. I want to say that person ended up winning the championship. And that was Owen. And third place is still not done. Here comes Hunted now. He'll get the DRS here for turn 4. Hunted through on J&T, and he timed that perfect. Bonkers had a wiggle. J&T is going to use that battery too to try to chase after Hunted for turn 4. J&T the long way around this time. This guy won this race in Season 10, and he's winning at levels that he hasn't won before. Back-to-back wins for Grandpa. His 4th career Tier 2 RPL victory comes in Austria. Ardell on the podium for the first time with Canada. 2 for Tier 2. Hunted, 3rd place. McLaren continue their streak of finishing on the podium in Austria. J&T is 4th. Bonkers 5th. JTK lasts for P6, while Mintoki, when penalties get applied, she'll claim P7. Valk, Dom, and Redfire Tiger barely misses out on points. Ardell takes podium number 1 here in RPL Tier 2, and it's still not done. We gotta fight for P13. Oh no! Mythic around! No! He went spinning off contact with Invade, and Tadpole was able to claim the fastest lap there and take it away from whoever previously had it.
If you would like to join the league or watch the upcoming races in the future live, click on the description. Both links will be there for the Discord and the Twitch. Subscribe to the RPL YouTube to stay up to date with things, and we'll see you next time.